Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Fan here. And yeah, got a double feature for you tonight. We're doing Critters and Resident Evil Extinction. It's a pretty powerful subtitle there. It's the end of everything. Alright, so let's get right to it. Let's start with Critters, which, as you know, a bunch of furry, cannibalistic, I don't know what you call them, carnivores. We'll call them, yeah, they're carnivores. Bunch of furry carnivores from space crash land on our planet and terrorize a small town. And a couple of bounty hunters are chasing them down. This is, to me, a classic, and I've always been more of a Critters fan than Gremlins. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Gremlins, but Gremlins, it's cutesy, you know. And this one just had, I mean, not much more, but it definitely had more of an edge to it than, you know, Gremlins. Yeah, you know, it's one of those movies where I don't want to go on and on because clearly you guys have all seen it. There's no way you haven't. If you haven't, do yourself a favor and check it out. But dude, what's not to love about these little furry fucking balls that roll around and fucking bite onto you and they shoot you with like their little darts and shit? Yeah, it's good B movie fun. It was, you know, love it. Love the cast. Dee Wallace is in it. Scott Grimes, which would grow up to become Steve Smith on American Dad, which he may have, he's probably more famous for his role in ER, but I don't watch ER, so that means nothing to me. But to me, Scott Grimes is always going to be Steve Smith, so got young Steve Smith here fighting, you know, these fucking aliens. Just, it's a great movie. Don't know what to really add to it. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is going to be kind of a shit review, but it's like, what can I really say? Everything was great about it. I don't know, I just feel like it's one of those, it has that 80s feel. You know, it's definitely, like, I don't know, it just seems like movies in the 80s, you can have more fun with them. They can, you know, they're horror movies, but, you know, they also have a lot more, you know, I don't know, more fun. That's what you gotta say, more fun. Which I've never seen. I know, like, it gets compared a lot to Gremlins, obviously, but it also gets compared a lot to Ghoulies, and I've never seen any of the Ghoulies movies, so I really can't comment on that. But for me, I always prefer the Critters, and actually, I must say I prefer Critters 2 more, because I remember the one scene that disturbed the shit out of me as a kid was when all the critters, like, they get into a giant ball and they roll over. Like, the Easter thing gets run and, like, one guy gets ran over and just, like, eats him fucking clean. I don't know, that always fucked with me when I was a kid, but the first one, like I said, it definitely has its memorable moments too, and, like, you know, lots of comedy and everything. Good time all around, so not much I can really say beyond that. Critters. Thumbs up. Like it. And then we got Resident Evil Extinction, Part 3 in the Resident Evil franchise. And yes, at this point, Alice, you know, she's been injected with the T-virus, and she is just, but instead of it, like, infecting her like it does the other, it kind of molded to her. And so now she becomes like this ultimate fighting machine. You know, she just enhances all her karate skills, and she's better at weapons, and she even gains some telekinesis as well. So yeah, at the end of Part 2, Apocalypse, you know, she busted out of the Umbrella Company, but they're still tracking her. That's the whole thing. Like, you know, she busted out, they're still tracking her. And yeah, she ends up jumping with Jill and I can't think of fucking Mike Epps' name. Fuck it, Mike Epps and Carlos, I think, is the other guy. So that was the group at the end there. This one, Jill is mysteriously gone. We kind of know what happens later on. I think Part 4 they kind of reveal where she was, but in this one, nowhere to be found. And I just thought it was kind of odd that, like, one minor complaint I had when I at one point, I see them all when they come out, and then, like, I'd buy the DVD or whatever, and I'd watch it again. But then I rarely sit down and watched them together. So when I watched them all together, like, I did sit down one weekend, and at that point we was only up to 4. They didn't have 5 yet. Actually, it was coming out, so I went ahead and got a refresher, and I watched all 4 of them, and then watched Part 5 in theaters. And the one thing I remember kind of irking me a little bit, because Alice, you know, somewhere after the events of Part 2, she ends up going on her own, and so Carlos and Mike Epps, they ended up getting a new group. They had like Ashanti and Claire Redfield's in it, and, you know, there's a girl named Kmart, whatever. And they got their own little new band of road warriors, if you will. I say road warriors because they literally said like this movie was like their version of Road Warriors because it's just desert traveling, and they got their beefed up fucking school buses and vehicles and shit, and they're just fighting zombies along the way and shit. But anyways, but Alice separates, so there's a scene where she comes back and she kind of rescues everybody because this is the first time like we've seen the dogs infected, but the one thing that I don't know, and there could be other movies out there. If there is, let me know. But nothing really comes to mind. But like it seems like rarely does like the virus ever affect animals. Rarely, unless they're just directly attacked or whatever. But you never really see like when animals are like even 28 days later. The bird's pecking on a dead body, and of course a piece of blood drops out and it ends up getting in the dude's eye. But it never affects the bird. And this one, the birds they're affected. They're all got the virus. They're all zombified or whatever. So they start attacking everybody, and then of course Alice saves them. Well, the one thing I know, because her and Carlos kind of have a nice little reunion, but her and Mike Epps never conversate. I'm like, you guys got some history. Like you guys went through some shit together in part 2. The same as her and Carlos, but no, there's never a scene. There's not. I'm almost positive because I even kind of look for it. There's not even a scene where they kind of acknowledge each other. I think they're having a funeral at one point. No, even then, Alice is kind of separated from the group, so it's just like. I don't know, it just kind of bugs me. I just feel like, if you've gone through this war with people and, one of your soldiers comes back, I felt there'd be more camaraderie, but apparently not. Apparently not. Like I said, last week I did Retribution, and like I said with this series, you just kind of got to go for the ride. If the Resident Evil series ain't your thing, I don't expect you to jump into part 3 and be like, this is great. I mean, it is more the same. So this one's not the only one that has like a different look and feel to it because it does have a more deserty feel. It's less dark. Like, all the other ones are like, urban settings and it's dark or underground and laboratories or whatever. But it has a darker feel to it, a gritty. And this was just bright as fuck and you're out in the sun and fucking desert. And like the whole final battle pretty much takes place, in Las Vegas. But of course, Las Vegas at this point has been like sand over, if that makes sense. CGI is hit or miss. There's some things that look kind of cool. The final boss, and I forget the dude's name. He's a doctor. He's the professor he's trying to experiment with this or try to find an antivirus or I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Trying to find a cure or I don't know. He's trying he's trying to domesticate the zombies. It has kind of a Day of the Dead kind of feel to it, but doesn't quite work out. He ends up getting bit, but then he just injects himself with a shitload of the antivirus, and this has some kind of weird effect on him. So he's turns into these like tentacles and shit, and it looks horrible. Like it looks pretty fucking bad. But no, this one, I mean, it introduces a bunch of characters, and they're all likable. Most of them are going to get wiped out, but you still enjoy it. Overall, thumbs up on this too. Usually I don't try to spoil the newer ones, but actually I had more to say about this one than Critters. And that's not bad against Critters. I love Critters, but didn't really have much to say on it. It's all been said before, so Critters. And Resident Evil Extinction. I want to say Execution for some reason. Extinction. Thumbs up as well. So, yes, like I said, if you're not a fan of Resident Evil, you probably won't like it. But if you like the other ones and you haven't seen this one for some reason, jump on board. So, alright, well that's all I got this week, guys. So, Critters, thumbs up. Resident Evil Extinction, thumbs up. And hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll catch you later.